Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on some grumpy into sunshine recommendations. I have recently read a lot of books in this genre, so I thought why not share some of my recents with all of you. The first, a little sorry if my voice is a little off. I had cold, so I've just recovered from the cold, so like I've not retained my original voice back. Anyways, so the first book that I have in the list is God of Pain. It is the second book in the Legacy of God series. This book is just amazing and perfectly does justice to this category. The book is based on two characters. Annika, she is a bubbly sweetheart who likes to talk to everyone and she can't shut her mouth. And on the other hand, we have Creighton, who barely speaks and cannot tolerate people talking. But at the same time, when it comes to Anika, he has just gotten used to her. And I'll read the blurb of the book so that you get a little bit into the gist of like what actually it is. I've actually already made a video on this book separately. I'll put the link in the description or in the eye. Just check it out. Now I'll read the blurb out for all of you. I made a terrible mistake. Being a mafia princess, I knew my fate was already decided, but I went ahead and longed for the wrong one. Creighton King is a bad news with a gorgeous exterior. He's silent, brooding, and obviously emotionally unavailable. So I thought it was over, until he awakens a beast inside of me. My name is Anika. I am Creighton's worst enemy. He won't stop until he breaks me or I break him. So, Anika belongs to the mafia side and Creighton is Aiden King's son, and you should know who Aiden King is if you haven't. Redefined King by Rina Kent. It is a must read if you're into high school romance, bully romance. You need to read it. I'll put some video recommendations in the eye. Watch those videos, know a lot about, in details about these books and also like this genre in general. Now the second book which I have is actually this first book in this series. This book is like kind of falls in this genre, like the first book in the series, which is God of Malice. It's on Killian and Glyndon. Killian is, yes, he is grumpy for sure, who does everything with a motive. It has to benefit him. And we have Glyndon. She's a sweetheart, but she's not that kind of a bubbly nature as that of Anika. She is more of a good doer, but like not people pleaser exactly. She's not like, she's a little mild sunshine. It's just like that. I'll read the blurb of that book also so that you know. And I've already made a video on this also. So check out the eye for all the recommendations. I caught the attention of a monster. I didn't ask for it. Didn't even see it coming. But the moment I do, it's too late. Killian Carson is a predator wrapped in sophisticated charm. He's cold-blooded, manipulative, and savage. The worst part is that no one sees his devil side. I do. And that will cost me everything. I run, but the things about Monster, they always chase. So, it's a really good book. Like, the suspense, and remember, for both of these books, there are warnings which you need to go through before reading because it's not made for faint hearts. And if you have read Rina Kent's book in the past, you know she deals, like, when she writes, she opens her heart out and she writes a lot of content which people need to think twice before reading. So yes, just be very careful. The next book that I have for you is going to be Lila. It's actually a book which was initially written on Wattpad and then it came, it was published and all that. Now this is, I recently read it. It is such a good book. I read it on Wattpad, so I read the unedited version. So I get when I read a lot of extra scenes also, which like when published were not there. And I loved the character of Lila. The book is based on Lila, who's a sweetheart. She has been through a lot, but that does not dim her light. And Gray, he is also someone who does not talk much, does not like anyone touching him, and is in FBI kind of. He's an FBI officer, kind of, not exactly FBI. He's like an sister concern of FBI, if it makes sense. So they meet very like out of nowhere, and like Lila is someone who will like keep poking her nose until she get her answers, and like she's just trying to make friends, and she somehow falls in the path of Gray, and it is so cute. This book is really very witty, funny, whatever, like every time they did something which they were not supposed to do, or like in the bedroom department, she used to be like, oh, now I need to have a church session in my car, or like she would never allow Gray to say the word piss. She would always say, we're going to take a tinkle. When you read it in that context, it's really very funny. So yeah, like this book, yes, you guys have to read. The next book is Twisted Love. I don't think I need to say a lot about this book because it's like all over the place, this series actually. In this series also, I think this book is one which exactly falls in the, grumpy into sunshine. But if it's like grumpy and a little less sunshine, whatever the word for it is, you can also go for Twisted Lies, because there also Christian is like super, what to say, like just mind my own business, but like also gives touch her and I'll kill you vibes. So yeah, you can definitely go for these two books also in this genre. The next book I have, like I'll just put the recommendations for the different books, that this video is short and you get a lot of recommendations. First is going to be The Hating Game. Loved the book. Joshua Templeman and Lucy Houghton, a perfect match. Two opposites, like opposites attract, is the best example. Like this book is the best example of that, and it is just truly amazing. I'll read the blurb. It also falls within office romance. So yeah, Lucy Houghton and Joshua Templeman hate each other, not dislike, hate, not begrudgingly tolerate, hate. They have no problem displaying their feelings through a series of ritualistic passive-aggressive manners as they sit across from each other executing assistant to co-CEOs of a publishing company. Lucy can't understand Joshua's joyless, uptight, meticulous approach to his job. Joshua is clearly baffled by Lucy's overly bright clothes, quirkiness, and Pollyanna attitude. Now, up for the same promotion, their battle of wills will come ahead, and Lucy refuses to back down when their latest game could cost her her dream job. But the tension between Lucy and Joshua has also reached its boiling point, and Lucy is discovering that maybe she doesn't hate Joshua, and maybe he doesn't hate her either. Or maybe this is just another game. You guys just need to read this book. This is so good, but also a little irritating at times. So it's like a mix. But yeah, you can definitely give this book a try. Some other book recommendation, I'll just name them off. First is The Spanish Love Deception, which is similar to The Hating Game, but better. It's also an office romance. Then The Fine Print, which is also, I don't think I have to say anything about the book. It's not one of my favorite books, The Fine Print, but yeah, I have heard that people really like this book. Then you have The Love Hypothesis. It's also all over the place. I'm just giving out the recommendations without, going into details and wasting a lot of time. Marriage for One. Simple Wild. It is one of my favorite books. It's a very, there are portions which are very emotional and will it made me cry like a baby. But also there were sizzling parts. It is like all in one package. You can definitely read it. It's a little underrated, but definitely needs to be read. So I guess this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.